Morning, team owners of the USFL. Highlights, Week 7, previews Week 8. A couple announcements. The Spoiler Award tallies will be displayed on the main league page after Week 8 starts. That's going to be the four bottom teams as I see it, and their current standing for the Spoiler Award. The four teams that finished the season with the worst record don't necessarily get first, second, third, fourth to draft. It's based on their effort and what I see. A couple of you know who you are, one-win teams and zero-win teams. But others will flow in and out of that group, and that tally will start next week. It's wonderful that you're all still playing. 90% of the leagues out there right now have half the league, half of the team owners have abandoned the league. You're actually only playing against a few select people. You may even get beat by someone that's not playing anymore. You know you're lining up with someone this coming week, and you even know that guy maybe just a little bit, his style or something. He's not just a dark person in a cubicle or in a dark room somewhere that you don't know on the other side of wherever that won't speak to you or do anything. We are a group. So those are the unique things, and I'm so glad that you're all here. Here we go, highlights. Eli Manning was just enough for the Memphis Showboats this last week. William Brakeen goes to 6-1 in the South. Chris Flame with the Birmingham Stallions takes down the New Jersey Generals 30-24. The Birmingham Stallions are 5-2. They're right behind, and Hunt prevailed there and scored a lot of points to help Chris Flame's Birmingham Stallions take that win and remain one game behind William Brakeen. The Oakland Invaders took down the Tampa Bay Bandits. Brian Tracy is in both the Premier League and this league, owner of Tampa Bay Bandits. I spoke with him the other day, made sure his spirits were high, and they are. He's going to play every game to the fullest. He has a shot at that Spoiler Award. He's one of the guys that's probably going to be there, and he knows that. But he's going to play like he's undefeated every week, and that is example that we want to set going forward. Stephen Miller's Oakland Invaders are in first in the Pacific, taking down Tampa Bay 28-20. Steve Miller's Oakland Invaders are 5-2 right now. Philadelphia Stars on top out in the Atlantic. Go into Pittsburgh, and the Maulers, Darren Spencer, finally wins a game, takes them down 27-25. And the Maulers, I'm so happy that they pulled off their first game, and I'm hoping that Brian Tracy pulls off his first game soon too. Oklahoma Outlaws take down LA Express. El Briscoe had won 2 games in a row. He goes to 2-5. Outlaws are 6-1. Kyle Smith's team from the Premier League. Houston Gamblers win 28-25 over the Chicago Blitz this past week. Houston goes into Chicago and takes out a win 28-25. Michigan Panthers, Kenneth Beatty was on a winning streak. He's now 4-3. Dropped back a game in the Central Division there, 2 games actually back from first place, but goes down to the Denver Gold. They're a little bit hot. Ricky Carver is surging now, 26-21. Ricky Carver's gold over the Panthers. And then the Jacksonville Bulls, Michael Rodriguez wins with Barkley on Monday Night Football and surpasses the 20 points scored by the Arizona Wranglers, Kevin's team, and Michael wins that game. So we're looking at our records right now. The South, Williams Showboats are in first at 6-1. Chris Flame is 5-2 with the Birmingham Stallions. Michael Rodriguez is 4-3 with the Jacksonville Bulls. Tampa is pretty much out of that, but there is a 3-way race there that's hot. In the Atlantic Division, Michael Summers, Philadelphia Stars are still in first at 4-3. But right behind them is the New Jersey Generals, who won't stop at 2-5. Boston is 3-4, and Pittsburgh, Darren Spencer's team, is 1-6. Darren's only 3 games out. He's got a good team. It's interesting to see what'll happen. If you guys don't quit playing, some of you guys that right now are looking like you're not going to make it, you're going to make it. You're going to make it to the top 8 board, and that's what matters. Remember, we have a 2-tier system where both the top 8 and the bottom 8 will go to a playoff system. The bottom 8 does have a chance in the final round to play the 2 teams that lost in the top 8 tier Only the top 8 tier can actually win the championship, however. But anyone can end up on that top 8 board. Don't quit playing. It's wonderful that we have this league. Everybody does play throughout. So Oakland on top in the Pacific over Kevin. Steve Miller's team 5-2. Arizona Wranglers 4-3. Denver surging at 3-4, and LA El Briscoe, who is creative, thinks out of the box at 2-5. Anything can happen. Even though he's at the bottom, he is 3 games back, only with 6 games to go. In the Central, the tightest probably division, Oklahoma Outlaws are 6-1. Houston is 4-3. Michigan is 4-3, and Chicago's 3-4. Anything goes there. You could have 3 teams come out of that division and make the top 8 playoffs. Looking into next week's games, the Showboats are going to play the Stars. The Stars have a very good team. Michael Summers is going to welcome the Showboats into town in Philadelphia. And William Burkeen, if he follows through as he's done all year, he may go to 7-1 and be in pretty good command out in the South, even though he's going to be 1 game ahead. 7-1 is a great record. Michael Summers is fighting for his life out in the Atlantic. He's only 1 game ahead. Scrappy teams up under him at 4-3. That'll be a great game to watch. Showboats and the Stars, the Stallions and Boston Breakers. This is another mixed match between the Atlantic Division and the Southern Division. See how they do against each other, those divisions. The Stallions, Chris Flame, 5-2, goes into Boston to play Joey Maynard's Boston Breakers. Jacksonville Bulls go out to Denver. Denver surging, as I said before, going out in that thin air. Jacksonville's Floridians might have a tough time. Michael Rodriguez, 4-3. He's going to try to put together a win on the road against Ricky Carver's Gold at 3-4. Tampa is 0-7, looking for their first win, playing the LA Express. That'll be an interesting game to watch to see if Tampa can pull out their first win against L, who's scrappy and got a really good team out there despite being 2-5. Oklahoma Outlaws, Kyle Smith's team, 6-1, is playing against probably the second or third best team in the league, Steve Miller's Oakland Invaders at 5-2. So Kyle's going to have his hands full. He's got to go on the road to Oakland, so that should be a good game. The Chicago Blitz are playing Michigan in a central battle. Chicago's 4-3. Chicago's 3-4. Michigan's 4-3. So, very important game. New Jersey Generals play Pittsburgh. Whoever wins that game is still in the seat to try to make a run in the division. Whoever loses that game is going to take a little setback. But important game. Pittsburgh, Darren Spencer, and New Jersey Generals Jose Plaza are going at it. And then finally, Arizona and Houston, both teams are 4-3. Very important game for both of these guys going forward. Look, have a great week, guys. I appreciate you. And line them up. Let me know how you feel. Personal message me. I need to know what guys are planning on staying and working through the off season and building their team for next year. Please give me some feedback. Have a great week.